My name is Hannah, and I am a nutrition educator with Cornell Cooperative Extension.
All right. Hi, my name is Hiba. I work for Family Advocacy Program for Drum, located at 10250 4th Armored Division at ASAP Building. Today, I'm going to share with you some parenting education tips, and hopefully we will all could learn and watch you, Hannah, cook your delicious food as usual.
Awesome. Well, I'm really excited about today's recipe because I got these really beautiful like little strawberries from a farm stand. I'm sorry, my lighting's not super good, but they're like bright red, cute. So we're gonna be turning this into a fruit salsa. So I'm gonna be showing you how to prepare these strawberries. We're gonna add just a little bit of chopped jalapenos because we don't want this to be too spicy, and you can always add more if you really like spicy. So let me go ahead and angle you down, and I'll show you what I have on my cutting board. So here I just have some really small chopped onions. You can see I wanted to make sure that it blends into our salsa really well, and we don't kind of get these big chunks of onions. I'm gonna go ahead and add these to my clear bowl here. And then we're gonna add in some lime juice. And the lime juice will actually help kind of take some of the spiciness away from these. They mellow them out a little bit. So I'm just I have this lime juice that I got from the store. It was already pre-squeezed, which makes it really nice. When you're looking for juices, you do want to make sure that you're looking for the 100% juice. And we'll say it usually on the label, or you can look under the ingredients list, and it shouldn't have anything beyond juice listed in there.
Right.
100% juice, the concern is that sometimes it can have a lot of added sugars in them.
Right.
And if we have too much added sugar, it can kind of increase our risk for a lot of chronic diseases. So I'm just gonna add in a teaspoon of the lime juice to help start mellowing the onions. Kind of mix it around a little bit, and we're gonna let it sit while I go ahead and chop up these strawberries. And the great thing about the strawberries is I can use just a butter knife. So if you are cooking this with kids who aren't ready to use like sharper chef's knives, this is a great thing that they can do. A plastic knife would work just as well too if you're a little more worried. I'm just going to go ahead and take off the tops, and then just cut them up into small pieces, kind of the size that you would expect to see in a salsa. And while I'm doing this, Hiba, you want to share some of your tips for today?
Yeah, absolutely. So today we're talking about the negativity loop. The negativity loop is not only for kids. Even for us adults, sometimes we feel a bit down, or we don't feel as motivated. But today we're talking about our role as parents. If we have our kids stuck in the negativity loop, what we can do to make them feel better. For example, if you're trying to talk to your kids about the weather and you say, oh, such a beautiful sunny bright day today outside. They would say, oh, maybe it will rain later. Maybe it will be windy later. Our turn comes right here as parents to help them see the bright side. A very good trick that works for all ages, regardless of how old your kid is validating their emotion. Validating their emotion just without saying, I understand how you feel, or without saying, you're negative. Just validate your emotion and say something like, you seem a little bit quiet today, or I wonder if we can do this thing to make you feel better. By validating their emotions, definitely that's a good way to let them realize that they can get out of the situation by doing something fun with their parents, or by doing an activity or on their own. Another good tip beside validating kids' emotion, is reflecting on positive events. So instead of focusing on feeling sad, or instead of focusing on feeling uncomfortable, when it comes to reflect on positive events, we have two groups of kids: those who are under 8 and those who are 8 and up. For those who are under 8, they may enjoy the high-low game, which could help them balance out the negative experience reflection with positive ones. So you can use the start of dinner time each night to have each family member share one high or one positive experience in the day and one low or one negative experience of the day. This could work for kids underage very well. You even can have your son or your daughter start off by sharing the low before and then end with a positive note. And then take turns and hear everyone's experience, high experience and low experience. And always try to start with the low experience and end with the high experience to end on a good note. So for kids who are older than 8 years old, a good way to do the negativity loop thing is by using events diary. Events diary, something that, for example, if your son walks around in life as though wearing those sunglasses from the 80s that look like window blinds, and only seem to let the negative events of each day, that's only what they see. A good thing as a parent is to try having them write down 3 positive experiences he or she had at the end of each day. Not only can this help him or her realize that his day was not all bad, it also can help him or her improve their mood. So by writing diaries with the 3 good experiences, it will help improving their mood. So that's the way that we use to reflect on positive events.
So I added my strawberries to my onion and lime mixture. And I'm just gonna add in this little bit of chopped jalapenos. The one thing to note when you're preparing a jalapeno is you wanna remove the seeds and make sure that you wash your hands after touching it and don't touch your face or anything because it can actually burn you with some of the oils. So this is why this is a good like adult step if you are cooking with kids, to have them maybe be working on cutting the strawberries and then you work on the jalapeno. And if you don't like spicy food at all, you can just leave it out. That's totally fine. You could put in like a chopped bell pepper. You've had one of those before. That also add a little bit of flavor. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and mix it up. And also, if you like cilantro, you could add that, just some chopped in there.
Fostering gratitude, if we have 2 groups, the kids who are under 8 and the kids who are 8 and up. For kids who are under 8, you may like playing a gratitude game at dinner time that involves everyone identifying something for which they are grateful for that day, and practice gratitude in this way can create a more positive tone at meals. And maybe you might even hear that your son or your daughter is grateful for the meal you just cooked for them, or they are grateful for having their own space, or so on. For kids who are 8 and up, you as a parent could try a daily gratitude log, just like the diary idea. And you can write down things they are grateful for, at least 3 things. All research studies show that kids who practice gratitude has a great way in improve kids' mood and make them see more positive and good things by practicing gratitude.
Well, I'm grateful that we got to have this time together to hang out.
Me too.
This is best if you leave it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes before eating it. But other than that, it's really good on top of tortilla chips, of course, or if you put it like in salad or lettuce wraps or things like that as a topping. But leaving it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes helps the flavors to meld. And again, it helps the onions not to be kind of so spicy. It tones them down, so you just kind of get the sweetness from them.